We're going to be looking at the untold story of UFC legend Ciryl Gane.
Oh, he's going for it. He's looking for the heel hook. He gets the tap! No way!
Guys, you might want to prepare yourself for his insane journey. But let's start with the base. Who is Ciryl Gane? Now, you guys might know him as the talent that brought a new technique of Muay Thai to the UFC and, more or less, changed the shape of the game forever. But there's still so much behind that. I mean, many fans don't even know his biography leading up to the name popping off on the big screen. So, before everything else, he's famed as Bon Gaiman. But Ciryl Jackie Gane is a whole other beast, who was born on April 12, 1990, to his mother and bus driver father, Romain Gane. Yeah, already you might start to understand the type of childhood this incredible fighter had. And our French profile also has a brother. He was born immediately after his older brother, David Gane, in La Roche-sur-Yon, the soul of Vendée, France. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out that he's always had a close relationship with his family, and especially his brother. I think we can all agree in watching how that's impacted the fighter's character inside and outside the ring. Come on, one of the best things about his fights is his laser focus on what's gotta be done. Honestly, if you can't at least respect this man's hustle by the end of this vid, I don't know what else to tell you. Cause of course, growing up, he wasn't the only one that had to struggle to get by. Yep, his whole family was struggling to make ends meet when he was young. As I said, his father was a bus driver and his mom took care of the house. So I'm sure you can imagine the many bumps in the road these guys went through in their youth, which meant Ciryl Gane had to do some crappy jobs at certain points in his life to help support the family. And I think we can all give him mad credit for pulling his weight in those moments. Though talking about his family history, if you didn't catch on, Ciryl Gane has a French background, but even though he was born in Western France, his father has Guadeloupean links. And honestly, that's quite cool. The amount of culture this man has always had and has now come to respect with his journey is inspiring. Still, he doesn't just stop there. No, Gane, like most Guadeloupeans, has some Caribbean mixed in with his French ethnic origin. Again, his connection to all these cultures is sort of beautiful. But if you didn't know, Guadeloupe is a French Caribbean island, overseas office, and area. It's kind of like 6 islands that make up the community, which means he more or less grew up in a very separate area, and that was his entire world when he was a kid. So that, combined with the fact that this iconic UFC fighter wasn't even thinking of the sport earlier on, blows our minds. Seriously, we have Gane's friend to thank for his push towards martial arts. Honestly, I can't even imagine a timeline where we aren't shaken up by Gane's performances. But hey, it could have happened, especially since the French MMA fighter was very formal or calm as a kid, which that doesn't always go on to someone having a passion for professional martial arts. But there's certainly passion behind his mindset now. Still, in his childhood, that attitude got Ciryl the name Bon Gaiman. Yep, that was its origin story, because it legit means good kid in French. I guess his actions and words still hold on to that. Specifically also because Cyryl's interest in MMA didn't begin as early as some other MMA athletes. Come on, how many times have you heard, "This was it for me since I can remember, and that's why I keep going"? Look, that's fair enough, but I was genuinely more into football and basketball. So it's kind of incredible that he found a deeper love for this sport as time went on. That's not all though. He also worked at a furniture store and in sales before he met the friend that was about to change his life forever. Gane was first introduced to Muay Thai by a classmate, and from there he learned it's a combat and martial arts sport that's sometimes referred to as boxing. Of course, that ended with him reaching mastery by being a part of the 8 limbs. From there, his road to boxing began. But he didn't just hop on the MMA train. Oh no, Ciryl certainly had to get used to this career before he could get fame. And that's completely valid. But even before his MMA career, Ciryl was a 2-time national Muay Thai champion. So he had some understanding of how to hold his own in the ring, just not so much to the level that he is right now. Still, it was better than just being thrown into the deep end, with MMA attention and pressure that he did get. Though, if you're unaware, in 2016, he made his professional debut in a Muay Thai heavyweight title fight for the AFMT, which is the Académie Française de Muay Thai, and he was up against Jeremy Gian. If you can't guess by now, of course, the young man won by knockout in the 2nd round. See guys, if there's one thing that you should get out of this vid, it's the fact that this man is a beast. And with the way he works, there's honestly not much that he can't get a W in, especially when you know that he's the undefeated Muay Thai fighter with a career record of 12-0. Do you even realize how insane that is? Either way, during that time, the French national met Fernand Lopez, who launched and coached him for MMA, and the rest is history. Well, not exactly. He still had his share of what am I doing? Because of course, everyone's got bumps in their road, but he kept on going. So you might be asking, what was his final road to the fame that he's got now? Well, Gane's rise to fame started in 2019. That was when the talent made his professional debut in the UFC. And wow, I almost feel like the moment took everyone by storm. If you weren't there though, the fight was against Rafael Pessoa, and it was his first UFC victory.
Look at this, look for a head and arm choke on the jiu-jitsu guy. Wow. Now the thing is, the problem for Gane is that, oh look at that!
The tap.
There's the tap.
Welcome to the UFC, Ciryl Gane.
I know, everyone knew his name out of the gate. And Gane won the first round with an arm triangle choke, and I feel like everyone lost their minds. So of course, he was immediately followed by a series of battles where he got the Performance of the Night award. Again, we were climbing up non-stop, but that usually means there's gonna be a break at some point. This came when Ciryl was injured in 2020 after being hit badly while training. As a result, he was forced to withdraw from the UFC 249 tournament in 2020. He was scheduled to face Shamil Abdurakhimov, and this match was rescheduled 4 times before being cancelled. But following his recovery, he won at UFC 256 against Junior Dos Santos.
Yes, he did. Junior Dos Santos, 7-0 for Ciryl Gane.
And again against Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
He also has the footwork advantage as well, I would say. I think the power, it certainly goes to Rozenstruik, and when he lets it go, he's very, very scary.
Though this wasn't even his breakthrough fight. Of course not. Gane had to go bigger or go home, and he did that when he faced Derek Lewis for the interim UFC Heavyweight Championship on August 7th, 2021. And trust me on this, it was the match of the century. The intensity was there from the beginning because they're both insanely good. So Ciryl Gane's victory over Derek Lewis certainly meant much more than a title. It was the outcome of his entire journey so far, and the moment that he proved his name was among the stars of UFC.
On the road tonight.
Come on, he legit won the one-sided brawl in round 3 with a technical knockout, and he won the Performance of the Night award. Again, a full legend. That's the untold story of the insane UFC fighter Ciryl Gane. See you in the next one.